Hey everyone! Welcome back to Old Charles, the place where coins come to life. Today, we're diving into a fascinating little piece of British history, the United Kingdom 5 new pence coin from 1972. Let's rewind a bit. In 1968, before decimalisation was officially introduced in the UK in 1971, the 5 new pence coin made its debut as a replacement for the older 1 shilling coin. It was the same size, the same weight, and even accepted interchangeably with the shilling for a while. By 1972, decimalisation was in full swing, and the 5 new pence was already a well-established part of everyday British currency. The 1972 version is especially interesting because, and here's a cool fact, it was not issued for general circulation. Instead, it was only minted for collectors in proof sets or mint sets. On the obverse, you'll find the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machin. This iconic side shows the Queen wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, one of her favorite appearances on coinage. On the reverse, you'll see the design by Christopher Ironside, a crowned thistle, the national emblem of Scotland. So, is the 1972 5 new pence coin valuable? Well, since it was not released for everyday use and only came in collector's sets, that gives it a bit of rarity. However, it's not exactly rare in the world of numismatics. Many proof sets were sold to collectors that year. Standard proof coin from 1972 can sell £4.1 to £3 GBP. If you have it as part of the full 1972 proof set, the whole set can fetch £10 to £20, depending on condition. In perfect, untouched condition, especially graded or in original packaging, some individual coins may go up to £5 or a bit more, so while it's not going to make you a millionaire, it's definitely a cool collector's item and a nice historical piece to hang on to. If you're a collector or just getting started, here are a few tips. Make sure your 1972 5p coin is from a proof set, not a circulated one. Since it never went into circulation, a scratched or worn coin might be fake or from a different year. Keep it stored in a protective capsule to maintain its proof quality. If you're building a full UK decimal coin set, this 1972 5p is a must-have since it marks an early post-decimalisation year. So there you have it. The 1972 United Kingdom 5 new pence, a small coin with a big historical impact. Let's take a step back in time and explore the history behind the 1972 UK 5 new pence coin. Before 1971, the UK used a pre-decimal currency system made up of pounds, shillings, and pence, a system that had been in place for centuries. But change was on the horizon in 1968. Ahead of the official decimalisation in 1971, the Royal Mint introduced new coins, including the 5 new pence, which was meant to replace the old shilling. To make the transition easier for the public, the 5p coin was made exactly the same size, weight, and value as the shilling coin it replaced. Decimal Day finally arrived on February 15, 1971, and the UK fully switched to the new decimal system. By then, the 5p coin was already in everyone's pockets. Now, here's the interesting part about the 1972 issue. Unlike earlier years, the 1972 5 new pence coin was not released for general circulation. Instead, it was minted exclusively for collectors and was only available in proof and mint sets. That makes it unique among the early 5p coins. It wasn't until 1990 that the 5p was resized to a smaller version, and the larger original, like the one from 1972, was eventually demonetized in 1998, meaning it's no longer legal tender today. But even though it's no longer used in daily transactions, the 1972 5p coin remains an important piece of British numismatic history, representing both the early days of decimal coinage and the Royal Mint strategy for collectors. When it comes to coins, condition is everything, and the 1972 5 new pence is no exception. Since this coin was never released for circulation, every genuine 1972 5p coin should be in collector-grade condition, meaning it came straight from the Royal Mint in either a proof set or a brilliant uncirculated BU set. These coins have a mirror-like finish, sharp details, and were struck multiple times to bring out every element of the design. Proof versions of the 1972 5p were packaged in sealed display cases, usually part of full proof sets. Value, usually £2 to £5 GBP, sometimes more if still sealed and untouched. These coins are also uncirculated but lack the deep polish of proofs. Still very sharp and attractive, often found in Royal Mint presentation packs. Value, around £1 to £3 GBP. If you find a 1972 5p with scratches, wear, or dull surfaces, it may not be authentic, since this coin was never made for circulation. Be cautious, it could be a fake, or possibly confused with another year. Always check for signs of handling damage, tarnish, or fingerprints. Even small marks can lower the value. Keeping your coins in protective capsules or sleeves is the best way to preserve them.